So for once I wanted to take a look at a currency. Of course everyone knows that the unemployment report's going to come out. You know I'm not going to try to guess what's going to happen with that one. So let's just talk about currency for right now. So what I'm looking at is a 20-year monthly chart of the euro. Obviously it seems range bound. As far as the data goes back, this is euro versus the USD, US dollar. So as far as the data goes back, it looks, like I said, pretty darn range bound. But what's going to happen next? Well, first thing I want to point out is I talked about how, and I've done this several times, how in a bearish market, or a bear market, let's say it as it is for anything, the RSI is going to use about the 60 level as a resistance point. So this entire range right here. And I think that my drawing just deleted itself. So it's going to use like the 60 area, which I put in the white, and it will use like the 20-30 area as a support level. Actually, let's move that guy down a little bit. So what am I seeing? Well, look for yourself. If I go in here, go into a shorter term, and we're still like in a yearly chart right here, we see down in this area that the euro is using, or the euro US dollar spot is using the 60 level, exactly the 60 level, as a resistance point. And it's coming down close to a support level right now, but it's pretty much saying that's in a bear market, in a very long-term bear market. Like if I go to the weekly chart, you're going to see pretty much the same thing. Now, bear in mind this only goes back to 2010 on this chart, but you get the message. So we were bullish up until just about right there, where it couldn't hold above the 60 level anymore. And then since then, of course, you know what happened. The euro has been going down. Okay, and now we're using, once again, in the weekly chart, we're using the 50 level now as a support level. Okay, let's go in one more time and take a look at a daily chart. So this only goes back into about 2011. If we take a look at this one, move in even further, and I get rid of this line right here, once again, we are using the 60 level as a resistance point. So we're still definitively in a bear market, especially as we're using this. Okay, so what's actually going to happen in the future? Well, first, let me get rid of this study, and we're going to move back out to a weekly time frame. So we have weekly time frame, move this to a perhaps 5-year chart. I think we're going to even need to go further. Let's move this out to a 10-year chart. And I think that you see what I'm about to say. What we have right here, it's some sort of consolidation. You can call it a rectangle with a small gap up. You can call it a very ugly triangle, but we're pretty much certain that we're between two support and resistance levels. And the 122.75 level is a critical area of support. Now, you saw what happened today in the market just alone. If we go to like the daily, you see that just today we dropped from about, 125.30 to all the way down below 124. So we're doing some pretty big movements right now, which actually, for a currency, seems pretty darn characteristic of pre-breakout movement. So once again, back one more time, what does this actually give us for targets? If this breaks down, this huge formation here, that's going to give us a absolute bare minimum target. This projected to the downside, which is going to be the euro going down to about 96 cents. Okay, so if I want to do an exact like Fibonacci retracement on a more long-term chart, if I take this and I go back out to a monthly, back to the last part where we had that downtrend reversal, take my drawing, do a simple Fibonacci retracement from the low up to the high, and one more time. There we go. Oh, it's not drawing. Hang on just a second. We'll just do it like this. Okay, I'm not going to be able to put my cursor over it, but it's giving us a minimum target, absolute bare minimum of $1.12. And that is assuming that the euro is in a long-term uptrend. So is the euro in the long-term uptrend? Well, you're going to have to judge that for yourself. I only have data back 20 years, but you take a look for yourself. Does it look like it's in a long-term uptrend? Long-term sideways trend? Long-term downtrend? It's in a long-term downtrend. I'll expect it to get right back to this level. Alright, thank you for watching.